Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Just Because Wrestling. And as in our last episode, we said that we'd be back kind of monthly to run down pay-per-views, and we are back to run down a pay-per-view this month. And it is
It's not just the pay-per-view.
it's not just
really,
pay-per-view.
is it?
No, it's arguably the biggest pay-per-view, as in it's the one that most people, I would say, look forward to.
I think
every
it's the
year.
most anticipated pay-per-view of the year because
Yeah.
it's probably the most fun. I think WrestleMania, when you get into WrestleMania season, I think, the excitement of WrestleMania consumes you.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I've never been as excited. But I think I enjoy the Royal Rumble a lot more.
Yeah, because everything feels like
You're less disappointed with the Rumble.
Yeah,
because there's less anticipation.
it's like a blank slate. Like you feel like everything you want to happen could happen.
Yeah.
And
And I think the fun of the Rumble is anything can happen.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of things can happen, and it's a lot of, you can let your imagination run wild kind of around Rumble season. And sometimes it's happened, AJ debuting and stuff like that.
Edge returning.
Edge returning was another, sometimes it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And I fear that will be a lot of this year because there's been a lot of talk around the Forbidden Door. There's been talk.
Yeah, and like WWE themselves have kind
over
of
that coke there, will you?
WWE have kind of screwed themselves a
Don't you
little bit.
stick your fingers in my glass, you.
I'm clean. Come here, relax. You're fine for another 3 months. But
Yeah, in the meantime, we might as well get into it. Since our last episode, I've had COVID.
yeah,
Completely asymptomatic, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
yeah. So that's good. That's the main thing. You're
Isolated in this here room,
yeah,
which nearly drove me insane. Because, if you... Even though I spend 95% of my time in this room because I work
Anyway.
from home, and,
Yeah.
but not having the
you didn't have the
freedom
option.
to leave.
You didn't have the
Yeah,
option.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's nice to have the option to be able
Yes.
to leave.
Yes, but I'm
It,
good now.
it felt less like a room, more like a prison.
I'm good. And what's hilarious as well is, from our last podcast, we were talking about, it was very doom and gloom around COVID around this country.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they've just...
Oh yeah,
They just decided that's it. They're like,
See, this is it,
this
like-
pandemic is done now, right? We're done.
we're tired of this.
Look, we're done.
We're sick of doing this. So yeah, look, Ireland have gotten rid of kind of like nearly all restrictions.
That's why you were able to record in person.
Yeah, that's why I'm here today. So yeah, I mean, like things are kind of looking up here a small bit. I'm kind of cautiously optimistic.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Because like we've been here before, I feel, and we've been kind of teased, and
Yes.
do you know, like
What's the date for all restrictions? Is it the 28th of February?
is it? I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't think they gave a date. I thought they just said.
I think the end of February is when the mask mandate lifts, and I think that's
Is it?
when everything is done.
I'm not sure because I remember them saying, "Alright, yeah, February, March is going to be the end of everything."
I see this isn't a COVID podcast, but I don't see the issue. Everyone was like, "Oh, I can't wait till the mask mandate." I don't see an issue with masks.
They annoy me, to be fair.
They annoy me, but
I don't know, get over
they're not
it.
the worst thing.
I get over it, do you know what I mean? If it meant everything else was fine, but
Yeah.
I also hate the fucking, I forgot my mask, I have to go back to the car.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And it's so stupid. But anyway, look, like you said, it's not a COVID podcast,
This isn't the Joe Rogan experience.
so we're not gonna come on here and spread.
God, we'd be
fucking-
kicked off Spotify.
We'll
for
be kicked
saying
off
that,
Spotify, yeah. Anyway, look, what was I gonna say?
It's been a good run.
Yeah, we made it this far. But no, the Rumble, I'd be remiss to say that I haven't been looking forward to doing this episode because it's like that. I mean, I love the Rumble as much as the next guy.
Yeah.
And I think this year is looking promising. Like, obviously, we'll talk about it more later, but, the Forbidden Door, it has been, I wouldn't say opened, it's been kind of creaked, and someone's gotten through, and we'll talk about that, in due course, but,
We might as well start talk about it out of the back because it is big news.
yeah,
Coming in, but
if you want.
right. The question I want to ask you is:
Okay.
I know she has said it. I know Impact has said it.
Yeah.
Do you really believe they're going to let Mickey James come out to hardcore country?
No.
I don't think so. I think she's going to get there.
She's gonna come out to her old.
She's going to come out to the.
Yeah, or or some version of that, but
I don't. Unless Impact now have stated to WWE that she's not coming to the show unless she's allowed to bring the Knockouts title.
Yeah, because like you'd have to imagine like Impact. This isn't the Impact of old.
This isn't the Impact that can be walked all over.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that like they were like, you can use Mickie James, you know, so long as it benefits us as a company, so that like one of your probably most, if not your most viewed pay-per-view of the year, can feature our title with our music.
Yeah, I have not a theory, but I have kind of an idea around Mickie James and the Rumble.
Okay.
That I think benefits both Impact and WWE.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that in a while.
Well,
but,
we'll talk about all our theories and stuff later. But
yeah, it's
like it's mad. It's crazy, and it's one of these things that like, strange that they announced it like so far ahead of time. They were like, oh yeah, here's the first like, was it 10 or 15 women in the Rumble, and one of them is Impact Knockouts champion Mickie James, which they refer to many times as Impact Knockouts champion Pat McAfee and Corey Graves. I think have both called her that on
See, I saw
television.
A lot of people like disappointed that they announced it ahead of time, which I do understand, but I think that was part of the deal with Impact.
And it was. I think ticket sales weren't what they thought they were going to be either. So
well, there's that, but I think part of the deal with Impact, because it's a lot more valuable for Impact for them to be mentioned on Raw than it is on a pay-per-view.
Yeah,
because there's more people watch Raw, so I think
live anyway.
Well, live, yeah, but when so I think that was part of the deal, that you come in, you promote us on Impact, or you promote Impact Wrestling on WWE television, and you go from there. It's just it's just a weird one. Like, did they just realize
that we have no people
that we don't have enough?
I think that was this. Yeah, I think it was going to be an issue, because I think it's always an issue anyway. Like, especially like if you cast your mind back the first one, if you cast your mind back to the first one, I remember everyone being like, "Oh, it's going to be 20. It's not going to be 30 because they don't have the numbers," and they did, and they brought like so many people back, and there was people from NXT came up, and it was it worked out, but like I think it's fair to say that like consistently the women's roster is thinner than the men's roster, and it doesn't help the fact that WWE have been cutting people like it's like they owe someone money, like, do you know what I mean? So So yeah, I mean, I don't know how it came about, because I'm wondering if Impact decided, oh, we're actually going to have Deonna Purrazzo retain over Mickie James back at Bound for Glory. Would they be contacting them about bringing in Purrazzo? Is it the fact that Mickie James is such a legend within WWE? Did that help?
Okay,
it like
I was gonna wait, but you're bringing it up now. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Mickie James is going to get out there, have a good showing for the Rumble, and Deonna Purrazzo is going to attack her and eliminate her.
Yeah.
And I think that's... Because I think the question remains that, okay, Mickie James comes in, she's an Impact star.
Yeah.
I fear that WWE are just going to just...
See, this thing as well,
like the Impact person can't eliminate WWE people, so I think she's going to come in, probably not eliminate people, and Impact then are probably like, oh well, the WWE person can't eliminate Impact, so I think it benefits Impact for them to shoot an angle.
Yeah, I mean,
Purrazzo might come in.
I don't know. I don't know, because I don't even know. I haven't been that up to date with Impact as well either, so I don't know what the story is with that feud. I don't know if it's done. I don't know if they're still feuding. I know she was scheduled.
Go back to it though. Like, they only just wrestled.
Yeah, I think she was scheduled to. I think Mickie James. I think Impact's tonight. Yeah, because it's Thursday. Like, I know tonight she's giving a State of the Knockouts division address, which I'm assuming she'll be bringing up the Rumble and stuff in it. But like, you probably might get an idea of who our next challenger is. Yeah. If it's Purrazzo, if it's someone else.
Check if that's still recording, because it gives me anxiety when the things like
we're still recording. But so yeah, look, it's crazy. I think another thing we have to bring up as well about the Women's Rumble is the fact that Charlotte Flair's in it, the current SmackDown Women's Champion. Like, I think you can't rule out the possibility that she wins this. And I think she will be getting down to like the final four, final three.
I think she'll be down to the final two.
Yeah, she could be the final two.
I think they'll do it. They'll do it either she wins it, or they'll do it like Roman and Nakamura.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be incredibly tense.
Or Roman and Orton. they did it as well.
Yeah, I would say more Roman Nakamura, because I feel like we might get down to a situation where there's one person in the crowd will really want to win and another person in the crowd really don't want to win, but it's possible that either could win.
Yeah.
And then, like, I think Orton and Reigns was more, they knew they had Orton winning. They knew people were going to shit all over it, so they brought out the most hated Roman person in the world.
So Orton was the best of bad punch. But see, I don't know if there's anyone in this Rumble that people are excited at the prospect of them winning it.
I don't go that far. I think.
But comparing it to Nakamura, everyone wanted Nakamura to win it because they wanted Nakamura. They wanted Nakamura.
Yeah. I think. See, I'm also kind of isolating. There's no kind of universal person. I'm kind of isolating, singular groups of fans who would be manic about like one person winning. I think like Liv Morgan fans would be ecstatic if she won.
She's not gonna win.
She's not gonna win. I don't think she's gonna. She was my early pick to win around January time, but not anymore.
No, she's not gonna win.
I don't think she's been kind of forgotten about since. Yeah. I think Lita has a shout.
She's my pick.
She's your pick. Mm. No, she's not my pick, but I think she has a shout.
I think we're getting Lita and Charlotte.
Yeah, it looks that way. I mean, like they had that promo on SmackDown.
But see, here's the thing, right? And it probably comes down to the lack of talent, or the lack of, people they have available to them. But why didn't they just do Lita and Charlotte at the Rumble and have just two other people?
See, it probably it probably comes down to that, like.
So that tells me that they're doing Lita and Charlotte at WrestleMania.
Or they're just not doing it at all, and it was just one.
Why set it up though?
Why WB like? Why they probably forgot?
But
like,
in fairness, like, what else can you do with Charlotte that isn't exciting? That is as exciting than that WrestleMania. At least that's different. That's something
No, this is it. Like it's.
And Lita's never had a WrestleMania singles match.
That's which is crazy. I mean, like I'd be up for it. I wouldn't be against that at all.
Yeah.
Does Lita win a Rumble to get there though? I'm not sure. I think she might eliminate Charlotte, and you could go from there. The fact that Charlotte's in the Rumble is surely setting up.
It's ridiculous. It's
like surely if I'm terrified if she wins. I swear to God, it'll be worse than when Roman won. It will be worse than when Roman won in 2015.
But the women's won't close, so
I think it is closing.
Do you think it's closing?
I think it's closing, and we'll get into why later. But like the
I'm all for a closing if the build to it was important or good. Like they closed a couple of the first one. Did they close the first year?
The first year they had a women's.
Well, they deserve to close them, but I want.
And then both years since it opened.
Yeah.
But
I just don't think it's big enough.
I think both Rumbles haven't been that well built. I think it's been more towards the two world title matches, as opposed to the Rumbles themselves.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing either, though, because I think what's usually in WWE the thing they pay less attention to becomes actually you see pay-per-views there that there's no hype for, and then they end up being unbelievable. I do think the Rumble will be good this year. I'm excited for it, but look, we can ramble aimlessly, or else we can just talk. We can break down the card.
Pull up the card.
Yeah. Pull up the card. But just overall, because it's been a month, what have you thought of the last month in wrestling? Both WWE and AEW.
I thought it's been decent. Like, I mean, I think, like I said, I think the world title builds for the Rumble have been very good. Like both any segment involving those four guys, Roman, Seth, Lashley, and Lesnar, have really entertained me. I think everything else has been kind of substandard. I don't really care. In AEW, I think it's been like that. No, it's been good. I'm trying to think what happened in the month since.
Well, I think you had Cody, Sammy Guevara. That's
Cody, Sammy Guevara.
You have Cody's contract situation.
Yeah, Cody, because he's that's something that people are kind of talking about, because I mean, is he really not? I'd be remiss. I would be fairly confident in saying that he will be staying in AEW. Like, do you know what I mean? But
well, that's what I was saying to you off here. I genuinely believe. I believe that he's not working under a contract, but I believe that that's the plan, because they don't want to lie to journalists and say that he's not this. They want to do an angle. They don't want to lie to journalists and say he's not he's not under contract when he actually is. So the best thing to do is for him not be under contract, but have it agreed that once this angle is over, he'll sign a new contract. Yeah. It's the Pillman thing all over again, but Pillman just said fuck he and left. Yeah. So
yeah, this is the worry, but you're kind of hoping that Cody would have a bit too much invested in AEW to do that.
Well, he's an executive vice president.
See, this is it as well. Is he it's surely his competitor's contract that's out of date and not his EVP thing. I'd imagine he's still working as an EVP, and that he's not.
Yeah.
Because I remember one year it came out that Stephanie McMahon's competitor's contract had run out, and I was like, what? she has two contracts. I was like, I guess.
But what's she gonna do? Be the executive vice president for WWE and go wrestle in AEW?
No, but this is what I'm saying. I was like, that surely doesn't make sense. I was like, why is there two contracts?
See, apparently they let the Rock deal lapse.
Yeah, you were saying that to me. I mean,
could you imagine? Could you imagine if he just turned up at AEW?
Well, he could now, theoretically. But
if I was Tony Khan, I'd offer him $50 million for one match.
One promo.
How much are you making on this next movie?
I was actually talking. Madly enough, I was talking to my brother today about The Rock, because apparently he's working on a new comic book movie. Yeah, and the rumor is it's Mortal Kombat. It's the sequel, because it got greenlit today that they're doing a Mortal Kombat sequel, and the talk is that he's going to play Shao Kahn, which makes sense because he looks like Shao Kahn. But I was saying that to Zach, and Zach was like, "Oh, I'm sick of The Rock. Just stop being in everything and stop having."
He's The Rock,
And we looked it up, and his net value is $400 million currently.
Yeah.
And I was like.
But you know what, right? I know, his movies are the way they are, but they're entertaining.
No, you turn off watching them. Do you know what I mean? They're an escape. Do you know what I mean?
I watched Jumanji over Christmas.
I did too. It was on telly, wasn't it? Yeah. I probably watched it the same day.
It was a great movie.
I appreciated the zoology bitch line from Kevin Hart. That tickled my funny bone.
He doesn't really Does he have a bad movie? I know early on he had bad movies.
Tooth Fairy's bad.
Well, yeah, but that's early on. I'm on about Bald Rock. Does Bald Juice to the Gills Rock have a bad movie?
Pain and Gain isn't great.
Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, that actually isn't great. Yeah. I watched that when we were in Galway.
Oh really?
Yeah.
When?
Emily fell asleep one night, and it was on at
fair enough,
11:30. I just stayed up and watched it. It wasn't great, no.
Pain and Gain isn't great. I think there's definitely another one. What was the one where he played? Did he have hair in it? I'm not sure if this is bald or not. I know there was Tooth Fairy. I remember
Hair Rock had a few bad movies.
What was the one where he was a football player or something, or
The Game Plan? That's
a
good movie.
That's a bad movie.
That's a good movie. And I watched it over lockdown last year, and it still holds up. It's a good movie.
No, it doesn't.
It's a good movie.
Now, don't get me wrong. The scene where she has the allergic reaction to the nuts, and he has to run to the hospital.
But it's a kids movie,
that hit. No, I remember that going. Oh God,
it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Nah.
It's a kids movie,
I know you can. There's good. No, I know that.
Game Plan's a good movie.
Nah.
I stand by that. It's probably one of the better Hair Rock movies.
Nah, he had better ones. The Rundown's a great Hair Rock movie. The Run with Sean William Scott.
No, I don't think I've ever seen that.
What? No. You should watch that. That's good. That is good. He also.
Sean William Scott is the guy from American Pie, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I have seen that actually.
That's good
bits of it.
That's a good movie.
I've definitely seen
Walken's
in
it
too.
Yeah, it's good. Gridiron Gang's a bad movie. That's Hair Rock. Gridiron Gang. It was his second or third movie, I'm sure. And
I've actually never seen The Scorpion King. Is that
haven't you?
No.
I have.
Is it good? The first.
I don't know if it's just because it's of the nostalgia.
Oh yeah.
That like, not the one now not the Mummy one where he's like the giant scorpion and he has the really
He's
bad
the CGI Rock. Yeah.
No,
I've
not
seen
that one.
That's terrible.
Not that one. The one where he actually is the Rock. I like it. It's probably like, if you were to analyze it as a movie, it's probably not good. But like, I like it.
Yeah.
It's pure one of these ones you watch on a fucking Sunday after a massive dinner, like, do you know what I mean? Like, and you just chill out, like, and watch the
And
Scorpion
then
King.
afterwards, you realise I just wasted 2 hours of my life.
I wouldn't even say it's wasted. It's good. I like it.
Okay.
I'd rewatch it again. If it was on, I'd throw it on, like, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be against it, like. But no, I think, like, yeah, the Rock's movies, they are what they are. Skyscraper's not a good movie. That's a bald Rock movie, that's bad. Do you know the one where...
Skyscraper.
Is it called Skyscraper?
San Andreas?
No, not San Andreas, even though that's not that great either.
Hercules isn't a good movie.
Hercules is very
Now, he
bad.
technically does have hair in it.
Technically, yeah.
But it was bald Rock
it was,
who made
it was juiced to the gills Rock.
Yeah.
No, that is a poor movie. I saw that in the cinema.
Yeah,
And I remember
yeah,
I
that
went
was
with my
poor.
brother and I remember
But,
going
like,
onto a
he
fight.
has a lot better movies than he does bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, he does blockbusters, and, like, blockbusters
Yeah.
are typically...
And I think in the last...
You take them for what they are, like.
I think in the kind of last 5 years, he's had the power now to pick and choose what movies.
Well,
to
it's
do.
because... You know why? It's because he made
He
enough
has
money
his own
to make his own production
production
company.
company, yeah.
So now every movie he does, he's behind it
Behind
going,
it,
yeah.
yeah.
We'll do this, and we'll do this,
Yeah.
and we'll do this. But,
Yeah,
like...
The Rock's not queuing for auditions.
No, this is it. Imagine
Rock's
just
not
sitting in the room.
Yeah.
I got a call back.
Yeah.
But nah, look, The Rock. One thing you can probably dispute everything about The Rock's career. You can say, oh, was he a good wrestler? Was he a bad wrestler? Was he a good actor? Was he a bad actor? Was he a good football player? Was he a bad football player? But
He was a bad footballer.
look, what it is.
Well, he won a national championship.
He's probably a better football player than I am. But,
Well, yeah.
but the thing is, the one thing you cannot dispute about The Rock, about Dwayne Johnson, is that he is a phenomenal businessman.
Oh,
That, like,
he is a money-making machine.
he prints money.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
Yeah. Oh, there's no denying.
you want
that.
to make money, you put The Rock in it. You
Oh yeah, because good or bad, people are going to go see it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You want to see, like, what was his last one? That
Here's a
Red
debate, though.
Notice. It was like, I was like,
Yeah,
no,
I watched it. Not bad.
no,
but
it's fine. Like, but like, I remember
the amount of money that they
it was the most expensive movie in Netflix history.
and it ruined Survivor Series. So fuck that movie.
Yeah, fuck that movie.
But,
But like, I remember being like, I gotta see it. So I did.
yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. But
It's fine.
yeah,
You know.
I do think though, if we're talking about movies and wrestlers, I do think Cena has better quality movies than The Rock.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go that
Do you
far.
not think?
I would think Cena. What I would say is
Cena's definitely a better comedy actor.
See, this is the thing, right? So I think The Rock. So obviously we had Hogan back in the fucking.
Hogan doesn't count.
Listen, no. Listen, we had Hogan Chance's arm in the 80s, right?
Thunder in Paradise, brother.
And Dookie.
Oh,
That's my
God.
favorite one. But
What was the other one? Santa with muscles.
Santa with Muscles, and there was Nanny What was it, Mr. Nanny or something?
Mr. Nanny.
Yeah, and
Didn't Goldberg do a Santa movie as well?
Goldberg the Santa, that was a horror movie or something, or he was like a murderer or something, which was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, my point is, wrestlers have tried their hand at Hollywood for decades now,
Yeah.
and The Rock finally did it, and finally was successful, and now look at him, he's the highest grossing actor in the world now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But Cena obviously was the next logical successor to that.
Yeah.
And then he comes into it, and he obviously did The Marine, and he did 12 Rounds, and these generic action movies. Even though 12 Rounds, I think that's a great movie.
First one's good.
Is there more than one?
There's like 4.
No, not The Marine now.
No, there's definitely 12 rounds 2.
Is there?
If not 3.
Oh God, no, I don't
But
know about that.
the 12 rounds 2 isn't Cena. I think it's Orton.
You sure that's not The Marine too? Because I know The Marine has had. I know The Miz.
Where's my phone?
I know The Miz has been The Marine for the last.
I know
like,
he
5.
has.
But I know.
But
I know Teddy DiBiase Jr.
He
did The
got
Marine.
killed off as well.
Did he?
The Miz got killed off.
Did
in the
he?
last one. Yeah.
What? So who's The Marine now? Because I know.
Not fucking James Bond. Like I don't think anyone is clamoring.
Because I know.
Yeah, there was 3. There was at least 3 because I've 12 rounds 3 lockdown.
Lockdown.
With Randy. No, Moxley was.
What? I actually remember
was
that.
the guy, yeah.
I actually remember that as well.
Dean Ambrose. So 12 rounds 3. I'm pretty sure Orton was 12 rounds 2. He was too, yeah. 12 rounds 2. And the only reason I know that is because...
They were feuding or something at the time?
No, because it was meant to be Punk.
Oh, was it?
And they took it away from him. And that was one of his gripes on the Cabana podcast.
Because I remember, alright, the Marine 2. I think the Marine 2 was Ted DiBiase Jr.
Alright, let's go through the Marines.
I think, obviously, Marine 1 was
Ted
Cena.
DiBiase Jr.
I think Marine 2 was Ted DiBiase Jr. And then Marine, the last, like, was there like 3 more Marines?
Marine 2 is Ted DiBiase Jr., yeah.
And then I think the Miz then was after that. Or
right.
It might have been 1.
Cena was Marine 1, Ted DiBiase Jr. was 2, and Miz was Marine from 3 to 6.
6?
Yeah.
Holy
yeah, there was one with the last one with
Becky Lynch,
Becky
and
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. I remember watching that because I remember every WWE podcast.
And that's the one he gets killed off in.
Oh right, because like every WWE broadcast had just featuring Becky Lynch.
Yeah. There's only the only reason I know he gets killed off because OSW did a review of the movie.
All right.
And there's a clip where
how's he die?
I don't know how he dies, but there's a clip where they're going through the review and they're like, so Mrs. Corpse gets put onto the stretcher and he gets covered in a blanket and they put him in the ambulance and the ambulance sirens go off and they drive off and they were like, lads, he's dead. What's the sirens going on for? He's like, you can go get a chicken roll, do whatever you want. He's dead.
Fuck's sake. We gotta pronounce him as dead as quickly as possible. But anyway, back to my point was like Cena came in and he obviously did the Marine and 12 rounds and these generic action movies, but everyone was like, yeah, you're not the right.
He's a way better comedy
actor. Then he changed the book because he went comedian.
Yeah.
And
Trainwreck did it for him. That was his first comedy movie.
Yeah. I can't remember. I know. What other movies did he do?
Blockers
but there was like, remember he did like a run of like action movies there and they were terrible. Like he did 12 Rounds in the Marine, which had a small bit of success, and then he went on and did a couple before he started doing the comedy stuff. Because obviously he was in...
How did we get to this? How did we get on this?
I don't know. We were talking about The Rock.
John Cena movies.
Because have you seen Ferdinand? That's quite good.
The Bull?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. We actually turned on... There was an action movie he was doing. Well, it was action comedy. It's called Playing with Fire.
Oh, the firefighter.
Yeah, we
Michael Keys.
We watched it for like the first 10 minutes and we were like, God, turn this.
Yeah, I know. I heard it's meant to be very bad.
It was terrible.
And John Leguizamo.
Yeah, he was in the Marine.
I didn't mind the Marine because I think I had the Marine on DVD and I think I used to watch it like every now and again. I love 12 Rounds.
That was kind of it, really.
Because Aidan Gillen was in it as well.
No, he was. Yeah, Aidan Gillen.
He was the villain.
It's so strange.
And but what's it called? There was.
But see, like, look at the movies, the comedy movies. He was.
Blockers is good.
Daddy's Home.
Yeah, he's a cameo in that though, but it was class.
But he's properly in Daddy's Home too.
Yeah.
It's my favourite song of all time. Do you ever see that scene in Daddy's Home 2?
No.
Where they're singing Do They Know It's Christmas?
Oh, right.
And then John Cena's like, oh my god, it's my favourite song of all time. And he's like, I'll play this in January, I don't care.
Johnny's in as well. He's brilliant in his sisters.
Yeah, I just have it.
Pazuzu.
He's the
drug dealer.
Have you seen Vacation Friends?
I've seen the trailer.
We watched it. It's brilliant. It's on Disney Plus.
Is it on Disney Plus? I thought it was on Amazon Prime.
No, it's on Disney Plus. Watch it. Yeah. Very good movie.
I saw the trailer. It looked funny. He was the only person I knew in it though. I didn't know anyone else.
He's in the Suicide Squad.
He's brilliant in that. Have you seen the Suicide Squad yet?
Not the new one, no.
It's on. It's on Netflix. Never mind. But I was gonna say it's on Netflix, but it's not. But you should watch it if you get a chance. Watch it because it's brilliant. Like it's.
Yeah, I've heard it's very.
It's
good.
way better than the first one,
yeah,
and John Cena's Peacemaker is.
He has a TV show. Peacemaker.
It's out now. Yeah,
it's meant to be terrible.
Is it?
So from what I heard, yeah.
I haven't actually seen anything. I've saw some people say that's kind of funny. Alright, but it's
meant to be very tailored to kids, as far as I know.
Really?
Yeah. It's
If you saw the thing, you wouldn't really think that. But like, I saw one thing, alright, where he talks about Batman, and like people are like, this is what people have been thinking about Batman for years. It was like, because like Joe, his whole thing is that he loves peace, but he'll kill anyone to get it. And like, someone was like calling him a murderer or something, and he's like, Batman would never do this and stuff, and he's like, Batman's an idiot he was too busy wrestling with clowns and throwing them in prison just for them to break out again and kill tons of people. How many people has Batman inadvertently killed because he was too much of a pussy to not shoot someone? And like, everyone was kind of like, yeah. But
he was in Fast 9 as well.
Yeah, he was the villain.
Yeah.
Well, or kind of the villain. I haven't seen Fast 9, but
he was
Dominic Toretto's brother.
Yeah. 8 movies and not one mention of a brother, and all of a sudden movie 9.
All of a sudden, slick back hair John Cena is his brother.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it depends. Like, I think the best role that a wrestler has ever played in a movie is probably Drax.
Batista as Drax.
Yeah. And I just watched it.
Yeah.
Like,
he's brilliant. He's I don't want to say the best part of Guardians of the Galaxy, but
he is up there.
He's up.
Yeah.
He made it really funny, like, and to be fair, Batista's roles have actually been quite good. Like,
some have.
In Spectre, he was quite good in Spectre because they didn't have him talk.
Yeah,
they just had him be this presence.
There's that movie, the football movie, that just looks terrible.
God. Was it
halftime or something?
I don't know, some generic football term. Offside. VAR. He also did the Blade Runner sequel, and he's only in it for like a couple of minutes, but when he's in it, it's probably the best acting he's ever done.
The final score.
In
Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, he's only in it for a couple of minutes, but his acting is actually really good in it.
He's in a movie with Stallone.
What is it?
He's in 3 movies.
Oh,
with
is
Stallone.
that the one in prison?
The Escape Plan.
Escape Plan, yeah.
The Escape Plan 2 and the Escape Plan 3. How many times do you have to escape from prison?
Because the first one's Escape Plan with, I think it's Stallone and Schwarzenegger.
Oh, so he...
And Batista's just one of the inmates in the prison or something.
Oh, right.
And then I guess he like helps them. I don't know. I haven't gone through the Escape Plan trilogy.
It says here, on his IMDb page of movies, it says... It listed that he was in Survivor Series 1992. What?
Maybe he was. I don't know.
Since he was in the Scorpion King 3 also.
Yeah, there was a Scorpion King 3.
Was he in it?
I guess he must have been. But because there was a Scorpion King 2.
He was in a movie with Robert De Niro as well.
What's it called?
The Heist.
The Heist.
2005. 2015.
Don't remember that. But Robert De Niro is one of these guys. Robert De Niro has fallen very far from grace the last couple of years.
Yeah, but he's just an old man now that'll just do anything.
He's doing anything for money, yeah.
Pitching his retirement fund.
Yeah.
Similar to Al Pacino.
Al Pacino's less so, I think. Less so than Jack and Jill, I know. And Jill, I know. That's a low point. But
I nearly cried when I saw that.
That was awful.
What was worse is I once said Al Pacino, or I was talking to my sister about Al Pacino.
About being one of the greats, like.
And she said, "Is that the guy in Jack and Jill?"
Oh.
Not the guy in Scarface.
Not the guy in The Godfather.
Yes. The guy in Jack and Jill.
Not the guy in Carlito's Way. Not the guy in Donnie Brasco.
Yeah. The guy in Jack and Jill. That's what he was known as to her. That was the legacy that he left.
On that generation.
Joe,
what's sad then as well, though? Joe, in the midst of all that, all the things De Niro and Pacino have done wrong, like, they come out then with The Irishman and prove that they actually still are still capable actors.
Now, fuck me, that was a long movie.
I remember I watched it.
You definitely could have cut.
Oh, I know, yeah.
90% of that movie down.
I know. And I remember watching. I think I told you that I said I'd watch it. I was scrolling through Netflix or something. It was 11 o'clock at night, and I came by The Irishman, and then Joe had all this hype, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll try that out."
Yeah. And then
2 o'clock in the morning comes, I'm like,
yeah. Right, we need to get back on track to the Royal Rumble here.
I know, yeah.
We just took a
we've spent this podcast here talking about COVID or movies, so we need to talk about bloody wrestling.
Okay, let's break it down, right?
Yeah. Match.
We'll go from Wikipedia. So
yeah.
Bear in mind,
we can do the two. We'll do the 2 Rumbles last.
Yeah.
We'll do the 2 Rumbles last.
I'll start here. I'll start with the order because that's the way they have it. They have the 2 Rumbles last. So we'll start with the first one. which is the Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and now legally Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah, they've added the freaking.
Why?
I don't mind it. I as far as name changes have gone, it would be this is ranked as one of the better ones in terms of.
Yeah, but like it's a nickname.
I know, but it's like Stone Cold, like, isn't
it? He's not Stone Cold. Come on now.
No, I'm not saying it's Stone Cold, but I'm saying like it's the same thing. It's the same as in like it's a nickname that's become part of the name.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like
okay.
Like even like you.
But like all right, but someone like Bret Hart.
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yeah, but it was never like he was never listed as Bret the Hitman Hart.
Was he though? I think he was. I think he was. He's one of these guys like, and even like now Seth Rollins for example, right? Telling me now you don't find it hard to not go Seth freaking Rollins every time you say his name. It's hard not to, especially the fact it is. It fucking is.
But it's only because they're doing it now. It's not like a Sugar Ray Leonard where
I have a T-shirt from 2015 that says Seth freaking Rollins.
But like, yes, yeah, that's fair enough. He was never like he went just to being Seth Rollins. I was never like Sugar Ray Leonard. Right, is the example. I can't say Ray Leonard because people be like, "Who the fuck are you talking about?" You have to say Sugar.
Okay, I know that's fair enough. That's fair enough. But like, it becomes one. It becomes like okay. The best thing I can compare it to is we had Hulk Hogan and then we had Hollywood Hulk Hogan. We've had Seth Rollins. This is Seth freaking Rollins. This is this version of Seth Rollins.
Okay.
That's the best way I can probably defend this.
Okay.
Do you know?
Is it though? Is this the version of Seth from 2015?
No, because no. That's not. I'm not saying. Then it was a nickname. Now it's like his name.
Okay. All right.
Now he lives by Seth freaking Rollins. Do you know what I mean? Right. Like that's who I am. That's who you're.
But
that's how you refer to me as.
What's he doing differently now than last year?
He's more of a narcissist.
Is he? He was wearing the suits last year.
Oh, last year. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's just. He's.
But I'm saying, like, surely if you're going to change his name, there has to be a drastic change. No, what's telling me now that we're in
if they change his name to Chili McFreeze, then you'd be giving out.
No, but don't change his name. Is my question.
But look, they just added a thing to it just to make it like it. Okay. Just look of all the things they could have done.
All right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just be thankful that it wasn't. They didn't change it to Seth, and that was it. Do you know what I mean?
Lynch.
Do you know what I mean? It could have been more. It could have been worse.
Okay, right.
He could have just been freaking Rollins.
You know, if he came up from NXT right now,
he'd be
freaking Rollins.
Do you know what I mean? Just be thankful it's not worse than what it is, and it's not that bad either. It's a fine name. But anyway, yes, Roman Reigns versus Seth freaking Rollins. You know you're not legally obligated to call him that either. You can call him Seth Rollins, and people will know
what it says here. I'm trying to be a professional.
People will know what you're talking about. But yeah, I can't wait for this. I
look forward to it as well.
Yeah, I think the build's been great. I think the promo's been fantastic. I think like for the first time of Roman's like reign, I think Seth has felt like the first guy to be in his head. I think like, and I love this stat. Every time they faced off 1-on-1, Roman has never beaten him.
Yeah,
and I think that plays on that. I think, you know, obviously these are two men who will be forever intertwined for their entire careers. Like, you know, coming up through the Shield, one of the greatest factions of all time.
It's like Triple H, Shawn Michaels type thing.
Yeah,
like they're always going to be connected to each other.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be a great match. I think it'll be interesting because they're both heel. Obviously,
I think Seth is kind of like the de facto face.
I think Seth is the de facto face, yeah. I think it's interesting as well the fact that Seth's obviously on Raw now, and I'm wondering why they just did this. I mean, it's just proving...
Because there was no challengers for...
Yeah, it's just proving more and more like the brand split is a load of shite now.
But it's not that. It's proving more and more why they shouldn't have put the belt on Brock at the last pay-per-view, not day one.
Yeah.
No, because you could just easily do Brock now at the Rumble.
Oh, you could, yeah. No, I know, it's strange. But nonetheless, I am looking forward to it because it was a match that people thought we were going to get last year. A lot of people thought it was going to be the SummerSlam main event.
Yeah.
And then obviously it was Cena, which is fine too. I mean, I'm not going to give out about that. But, like, this will probably be a far better match, I would say, in ring. Because every time these guys have faced off, it's been quality.
But Seth Rollins, like people forget, he's probably the top 5 best in ring competitors in the world.
He's up there, yeah. No, he definitely is. And I think he will bring it. Like, I mean, if you remember their Money in the Bank match back in 20.
Oh yeah, like they don't have bad matches.
No, they don't.
And Seth has this weird affection with the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, he always just turns up
and puts on the performance of the year at a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a great match. I think there's not a bad match on this pay-per-view. I think it's strong.
Yeah,
strong
on paper now, definitely. But yeah, winning.
Roman.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say Roman's winning for a variety of reasons. There's probably I think Seth has a better chance than most, but I think
Brock is the factor here. If Brock gets involved,
yeah, but I'm not entirely convinced by that.
I don't think Seth's beating him clean.
Oh no, if he wins, and I'm telling you, there's a 5% chance he wins there. It's not clean, but I can't think of any reason why Brock like we had this conversation before we started recording. Like, I can't think of any viable reason why Brock would have.
But it is going to be Brock and Roman.
You would think. I mean, that's where I'm going with it. But
how do you get there? Because you don't want to do champion versus champion.
Hope to God they don't.
Yeah.
Hope to God they don't. But it's not. That's not how WWE's. Because like
no, it's not.
You would love. You know they would love to put both belts on Roman and have him be king of everything.
Yeah.
Having go to NXT to take that too.
It doesn't work though. It really doesn't, because
it just becomes so much more awkward.
It becomes so much more awkward, and it becomes...
Unless they unify him and have just one belt, and that's fine. But
I think what gets lost is the aftermath of a double champion.
Oh, it does, because then you're like, oh shit, he has to lose one of them now.
Like, the vision of them ending WrestleMania with 2 belts is cool, but then, like, Becky,
it looks cool.
It's a cool vision, but like her reign after that was terrible because
the fact she just had to drop the SmackDown.
Juggling 2 fucking.
Like she had to get rid of one of them quick, and it was the same with Keith Lee back down in NXT when he did it. Like, it's a cool visual.
And when they did the double belts in New Japan.
Yeah. Or even like when Jericho held him back in 2001, like, do you know what I mean? It always looks good.
And Bryan, and there's so many.
Well, I get over Bryan because technically that was 1 belt at the time, but it just was 2. Same in New Japan, they made it like.
Eventually.
They made it 1. Well, no, but I mean, like, the double belts was the belt. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And then they changed it to, and it just became it's a very tricky concept to kind of to deal with once you get past the actual match.
Yeah.
But no, I'm looking forward to this match. I'm excited. I think it will be a really good match. But Roman's gonna win. I think the Usos will be the kind of the factor here. I think they'll play.
You reckon?
So yeah, I mean, like, the whole thing has been like Rollins has been too smart. He's been outsmarting the Usos and avoiding them, and he's like, I know you better than anyone, Roman, kind of thing. So I know what you're gonna do. But I think we'll get something. Roman will pull something out at the Rumble that Seth hasn't seen before. That'll catch him. So yeah, Roman's winning. I mean, but can't wait for the match.
Yeah. Hey, can we take a pause here? I have to go pee.
Yeah. Pause that there. And we're back again. So yeah. Like that now. Like I was saying, Roman and Seth will be good.
Yeah. Moving on from that.
Yeah.
We'll move to the next match on the card. It is a mixed tag team match between Edge and Beth Phoenix and The Miz and Maurice.
The Grit couple versus the It couple, as it's being billed.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I can't say I'm that excited for it, but
I'm excited to see Beth Phoenix wrestle.
Yeah, I think since Edge has come back, there's been a tiny portion of people who have wanted to see them interact in some wrestling capacity. And like that, like, do you know what? I just want the Miz feud to be done now, because I didn't love the match of day 1, and I don't want this to continue. Like, I don't want Miz and Maurice to win here and then for this to keep going.
I think, what I think this is I think when Edge came back, and Edge found out he could come back, he realizes that, okay, I can come back, but like I'm in my 50s. Is he?
No, he's 49.
Okay, I'm closing in on my 50s.
He's nearly there. Yeah.
I'm not going to be doing this
for a long
time. So I think he has a bucket list type
stuff
thing,
to do. Yeah.
And wrestling alongside his wife was one of these things, and I think that's just it's crossing.
Yeah, and it's something to show their kids probably.
Yeah, and it is cool. It is cool for them, you know, because what's weird about their relationship is they became a couple after Edge retired. You know, like they were never really on the same roster. Edge was closing in towards the end of his career when Beth was like made her debut. Like he says, like, I didn't even really talk to her until I retired. Like he was like she was at my retirement kind of party thing. He was like, I'd never really spoken to her, like, which is weird because he ended up marrying the woman. But like
just goes to show.
Yeah, but like the so I think now that he has the opportunity to do that and wrestle with his wife, it's cool. And like, who else are you gonna do it with on the roster?
No, I know this, and like it felt like that's where it was going from day one. Like, the fact that Maurice was so involved in it.
I think this is going to be a squash. Like, I think.
I hope so.
I think, you know, Edge and Beth Phoenix win, they squash him, and we move on to Mania. And I think Mania is Edge and AJ.
Yeah, that's what I think it's going to be as well. Did you see AJ talking about it? Yeah.
And it's the match, because again it goes back to that bucket list thing. I think like AJ wasn't around when.
That was a match that like you would have said was impossible.
Yeah,
you know.
And so I think that's a bucket list thing for Edge, and I think that's a huge match, because I do think they were originally going AJ and Omos, but I think
then they went wait.
I think they've realised now that not even AJ can get a good match out of Omos.
When AJ Styles can't get a good match out of
then you're in the wrong profession. Like, I reckon I could have a 3-star match with AJ Styles.
Yeah, this is it. Like, yeah. A
3. I'm not going wild here, but I reckon I could have a 3-star match.
You could have a serviceable match.
Yes, because all you have to be is a body. Let him
run around and let him just hit him every now and again. He'll sell like you hit him with a fucking cannon.
Yeah, exactly.
But I agree with you. I think AJ and Edge is the match at Mania. I think
it'd be a cool match.
It'll be a great match, because like if the feud with Rollins has been anything to go by, that kind of wrestler suits Edge right now in his current
because Edge can still have good matches, but he needs
someone to do.
He's not going to carry a match because he's fucking 49 years old.
Yeah, he can't I think that
multiple triple fusion neck surgeries.
And I think that's the problem with the Miz feud. Like, it's a great feud on paper, but like the Miz
isn't going to be that guy.
He's not like, I'm not saying he's a bad worker, but like he works better when he's with someone who's a better worker than he is.
He's not Seth Rollins.
He's not Seth Rollins. Like, if he wrestles Seth Rollins,
that's not who he claims to be either.
No, I mean, he knows that. That's the thing with the Miz. That's why he's so good at what he does, because he doesn't try to be.
Yeah.
You know, he knows where his money is. But yeah, look, hopefully this is the end of it. I don't want to see this go on anymore. And like that, like you said, a bucket list thing for Edge to do, cross it off, wrestle with his wife on pay-per-view at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I do think it's going to be a squash.
Yeah, Edge and Beth for the victory.
Moving on from that, we have the WWE Raw Women's Championship. It is the man. Well, not the man anymore.
Big Time Bex,
Becky Lynch, because a certain
16-time
world champion got a bit upset. Certain 16-time world champion forgot wrestling was a work. But
I won those titles fair and square. Yeah. You didn't even win 16 of them, you crazy old man.
You won far more than that.
No, Vince says 16. But yeah, anyway, big time Becky Lynch defending the title against Doudrop. Why is she still called Doudrop?
Well, did you see the trademarked Piper Niven?
Did they? Yeah. Hopefully so. I'm hoping that Rumble comes and she'll come out as Piper Niven.
That'd be cool.
Because
I saw Cultaholic is doing they're They were doing their pitches. Have you seen that?
No, I've seen it.
They were on. That was one of the pitches that she becomes. They were trying to make it out as, like the the Mick Foley, the famous Mick Foley becoming Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
But it was like, what would you do for Piper Niven? It was like, she'd have to put on a pair of jeans. So she'd put on, I think you know her.
Because, this is the thing, Pipe, she was obviously Viper on the Indies and then became Piper Niven in NXT UK, but, Piper Niven isn't the best name ever, but it's not the worst either. And
that's better than Doudrop.
Doudrop.
Yeah.
All the money that those writers get paid, and the best they could do was Doudrop.
Yeah.
Now, I understand what they were going for.
I don't. What were they going for?
She is obviously a bigger woman, and I think they're saying she's shaped like a dewdrop. I think that's the joke.
I didn't even think of that.
I think that's the joke.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, because if you recall how she got the name.
Because Eva Marie,
who was the most superficial, looks-based person in the world, looked her up and down and goes, dewdrop. And
what a terrible
everyone went, come on. Now, I don't know if that's the reason. That's the assumption I made in my head. That's why I found it extra stupid. But,
what I don't get, I always thought the kind of idea or the angle for that was, and then granted Eva Marie is gone, but I did think she was eventually just going to become Piper Niven.
But I figured once she got rid of Eva Marie, then that would be, she would beat Eva Marie and then be like, I'm Piper Niven.
Yeah.
And then it never happened. She brought out merch and everything. But
despite that, people forget how good she is.
This is it, the name has kind of hampered her a little.
Yeah. And I said that to you when the match was announced. I was like, it's going to be a good match. Because I think Becky has the pull now. So she can turn around and just be like, you know what, fuck him. You can be named Doudrop, but wrestle as fucking Piper Niven.
Yeah.
Or Viper. Because Viper is where she done her best work.
Yeah.
But
be that crazy Scottish bitch in ECW who killed Kaylee Ray.
Yeah, so be that one. And I do think this will be a good match. I'm interested to see, I'm assuming you have Becky winning here.
Yeah.
It's
another one, is that? It's interesting, actually, because this is heel versus heel again as well.
Yeah.
Which is, interesting.
Is Becky really a heel, though?
Yeah.
Is she fully heel?
Yeah. Don't try and tell me she's a face.
I'm not trying to say she's a face, but I think Becky is a polarizing character.
Nah, heel.
Do you think?
Yeah. Fucking, yeah. She came... How is she polarizing? She's universally unlikable. Do you know what I mean? So much so that when she was polarizing, back before she got pregnant, that's when she was polarizing.
She was a face in the Charlotte feud then.
That's different because everyone hates Charlotte.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know what I mean? You can Becky is like a Kevin Owens. Do you know what I mean? She'll be a heel. She's a cool heel that you like.
Like the Big Show.
No, she's
a chameleon. You change wherever you want her to be.
She's a cool heel that you like, but you know that she's the bad guy. But not so much like Charlotte Flair, where you hate her. You want her to lose all the time. Becky. Back when Becky was a face at the end of her big long title reign, that's when she was polarizing because she was leaning into the whole I'm the man, I'm the fucking main event, I'm the big star, and then everyone's like shut up, and then eventually they just, when she came back, they just went full alright, let's just run with that and make her heel, let's embrace that, which is the right thing that what they should have done. So she's a heel. She's absolutely a heel.
Okay, but what do you do with Mania first though?
Talk with that Trumpelin.
Okay. Right, okay. We'll move on. So we'll go to the WWE Championship match between a match that, again, you talk about matches that we never thought we'd see.
One that felt like it should have happened, but never did. It. Yeah,
is Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley.
Cowboy Brock Lesnar.
Cowboy hair braided Brock Lesnar.
I can't wait for this.
Is this the best run? I think it is. I think genuinely this is the best run of Brock's career.
Yeah, I think
from an entertainment
this
standpoint.
is it. From like kind of, I wouldn't say like. Yeah, I think entertainment value is the best run.
Like 3 years ago, I thought I'd never be interested in Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
again.
it felt like the same shtick over and over.
And now he's probably my favorite. What
changed? Did he go bananas up in isolation up in bloody Saskatchewan or something?
I don't know, but like I think what changed is he for so long it was Paul,
yeah.
and then Paul went with Roman, and he had to do something. He had to be his own character.
Did you see what Paul said? He was like, "Thank God Brock Lesnar picked up a mic because my throat was getting sore."
Yeah, but like he this just feels like UFC Brock. Yeah. You know, when Brock went to the UFC, and he was just a wild man. You didn't know what he was going to say. Yeah. Like, this is what it feels like. I think that makes for brilliant television. Like, I think it's hilarious.
It's so funny, because, like you said, like, it feels like he's enjoying it. It feels like he's doing what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And
like, you just didn't know how funny he actually is.
Yeah, he's such a personality, which is not something you would think you would say. Like, if you were to stand here in 2015 and go, Brock Lesnar has one of the best personalities in wrestling.
See, the thing was, and I've always said that, it was so weird because he was known in WWE for not really having a personality. And then he went to the UFC and he was the most charismatic guy in the UFC. He was the biggest personality the UFC had at the time.
Yeah, sure, he was their biggest draw.
You know, where he was, saying things like fucking Frank Mir and
had a horseshoe up his ass. I pulled it out and beat him over the head with it.
Yeah. And like you know,
what?
like and when he fought, who did he fight in the second fight?
Heath Herring.
Heath Herring, yeah, and he was. Remember when he beat him and he was doing the thing and he was kind of pulling him in. Like,
but after I think it was after when he beat Mir as well in their second fight. He was like, I think I'm gonna go home and climb on top of my wife.
And he was like, I'm gonna drink a Coors Light because Bud Light won't pay me nothing. And fucking Bud Light were sponsoring the UFC and Dana White nearly had a heart attack.
Yeah, no, Brock's brilliant, and this is.
And he came into the press conference there with a crate of Bud Light on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Because he had to.
No, this is brilliant, and I love as well when he just came down in the fucking cowboy hat and the jacket.
Like for the weigh-in, I think Corey Graves was like, I don't
think that's appropriate attire.
Get naked for you.
You want me to get naked for you? It's so funny because do you know what it's like? It's like how Brock Lesnar should act because he's Brock Lesnar. Because you're not gonna be like, no, don't do that, Brock.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He knows that I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And
imagine having that, like, power.
Knowing that no one can do nothing.
There's probably 4 people, maybe 5 people on the planet who could maybe do something.
Yeah, but I'm not even talking about the planet. I'm talking about like in WWE's world right now, and not just cave. I mean, like actual. No one can do fuck all. Because even, like, if Vince was like, you're fired, he's like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I was like, I'll go fight in UFC again, or I'll fight somewhere else. Or
I'll go to AEW.
Yeah, literally. Or, like, I think Lashley's one of these guys who could probably do something about it if he wanted to. And this is why I want to see this, because I think this is going to be fantastic, and it better be. Because I know we've kind of cracked the formula over the last couple of years of Brock Lesnar that he needs to be wrestling like AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan and Finn Balor to have these great matches.
Yeah.
And every time he wrestles like a Braun Strowman or a Samoa Joe.
See, I love those matches. I love like 5-minute train wreck.
But this is what I'm hoping this is. Yeah. I'm hoping this is just the two bulls just coming out.
Like the Goldberg match at Mania was.
Yeah.
Like that, to me, was one of the best matches Brock has ever had.
Yeah. I hope
it was just 4 or 5 minutes of complete chaos.
And I think as well they're going to treat that like this or treat this like that rather because of the weigh-in, and I think they're going to treat it like an MMA fight that it's going to be like 4 minutes of fucking manic action and then one fella gets sparked or something like, you know. But it's a like because when Bobby Lashley debuted back in 2005 or whatever it was, you know, immediate comparisons started to get made. Immediate comparisons.
Then he left and became an MMA fighter.
And I know Brock won the UFC championship, and you know you would say he had a better MMA career because of that. But like Lashley went like 17-4 or something like that. UFC, Never fought in the UFC, I know, but still a 17-4 record.
Probably couldn't pass a drug test.
I mean, yeah, look at him, but then again, neither could Brock.
Well, Brock. Nowadays, Brock couldn't pass a drug test.
The last time Brock fought in the UFC, he couldn't do a piss test. He couldn't pass a piss test, and then fucking USADA weren't even a thought when he was UFC champion. Yeah. So, we'll leave that as it is because it's entertaining for us. But no, like they've had very, very similar careers, kind of from amateur wrestling in college to WWE and and MMA then after that, and now coming back to WWE. They both came back and had arguably better runs than when they first came in.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt about either of them that they both had better runs. So, and then like for so long, Lashley has been like calling him out and on his own accord, and then we got the Fatal 5-Way at day one, and then when they locked eyes and we were like finally getting it. Come on, please! And then they did it, and now I can't wait. See, Lashley was on the MMA Hour this week, and he said he thought if it happened, it would be an MMA. He thought it would have been an MMA fight, but he's happy to have it either way. Like, but who wins?
I'm going with one Robert Franklin Lashley.
I'm going with Lashley as well.
I think Lashley wins. Yeah, I think Brock. I think as well, it's worth noting that at the weigh-in, did you see Lashley said like, "I'm gonna make this the shortest reign of your career," which it will be if Lesnar loses. I think that was an interesting thing to say, because like we said, I think it feels like it's going to be Brock and Roman at Mania, and I think obviously you need to take the title off Brock if we're going there, presumably, unless they do title versus title. We already outlined the issues with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would do nothing. It doesn't hurt Brock because they spent the last 2 years making Lashley basically a Brock Lesnar of his own accord, and then it does nothing but you could just say.
So you think Lashley beats him clean?
I think you could do something where Lashley catches him, like that now, sparks him out.
But does that not make him weaker heading into the Roman?
It's Brock Lesnar. You could use it. You could have Roman play off that, and be like you have a weak jaw, you have a glass jaw. One Superman punch, you're done.
Okay, but just playing devil's advocate, how do you get to Brock and Roman if he's coming off a loss? Do you do
Elimination Chamber? Have him beat 5 guys. Have him come out first and just beat all 5.
Okay. Yeah, I could definitely see it.
Now, I think that hasn't worked in the past because we saw Shayna Baszler do it, we saw Braun Strowman do it, and it didn't work. People booed it, but I think it'll be different. I think
with Brock it's different.
It's different with Brock.
And Saudi Arabia won't boo.
They won't give a shit, yeah. And have him literally blow down one of the walls of the chamber or something, do you know what I mean? Have him do something mad. But yeah, look,
I think Lashley wins, but I think it's less straightforward than.
Yeah.
I think Roman gets involved.
But why though? What does Roman have to gain from that?
Because he wants to be the alpha male in WWE.
All right. Fair enough, but I think you have to look at Roman as well, and you have to realise Roman, at his core, Roman is a heel, right? And I think at the core of every heel is a little bit of a coward. And I think...
Okay, do it where Heyman costs Brock.
For no reason. Just
because he's trying to get Roman's affection back, and then Roman is to Heyman being like, "The hell are you doing?" and then eventually you have Brock. You have an angle where Brock gets hold of Heyman and is going to beat him up, and then have Roman come out and make the save.
Does that not make Roman a face though? If Brock's about to murder Paul Heyman.
No, because Heyman is the heel. Heyman costs Brock. You can't make Roman a face against this Brock. They're selling goddamn flannel t-shirts of Brock. You're never gonna see.
I know, but I'm just saying, if he, I'm not trying to.
He's saving Paul Heyman, who's a bad person.
No. But what I'm saying is, they're after. booking themselves into a corner here by putting the belt on Brock.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to book them out.
No, I know, and I'm just saying there's no solid way, I think,
I know
to do
there
it.
isn't, but, like, this is probably the best way of doing it.
I don't know, like, I honestly don't know. I don't know if it's that bad to just have Lashley win and have Brock show up on SmackDown going, I want that one now. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's like, it's Brock, you know what I mean? Like I just said, he can do whatever the fuck he wants and no one's going to stop him. And I said one of the few people who can do that is Lashley.
But, like, okay, but does that not make Brock weaker if he loses to Lashley and then goes to SmackDown? He doesn't come back for Lashley. He doesn't come back for the rematch.
You can come back. He can come back. You can come back at SummerSlam or something. I don't know. But, like...
But I'm on about building Brock as a viable threat for Roman.
Alright. Hold on a second now. Did you just say the words to me? You have to build Brock Lesnar as a viable threat.
Well, this Roman, he's in God mode now, son.
No, like, I don't know. Look, it's hard because
I think we're both going Lashley. We're interested to see how.
Yeah, this is it. I think Lashley wins. It's just I don't know how.
Yeah.
Look, and I understand what you're saying. I don't like. I understand what just fucking Lesnar losing clean does.
Yeah.
I understand that.
This close to WrestleMania.
This close. Especially if you're doing that, if you're going Roman and Brock at Mania, which presumably they are. But yeah, look, I suppose we'll find out Saturday. But I want to see Lashley win because Lashley with the title was brilliant. Like,
and it opens up so many opportunities for WrestleMania, because you could do Lashley and Drew, you could do Lashley and Seth, you could do Lashley and Kevin Owens.
Do all four.
Could.
Yeah.
Could. Could do Lashley and AJ. You could do Lashley and Edge. You know, there's plenty of matches out there.
There's loads.
So, whereas if you keep it on Brock, it's just gonna be Brock and Roman.
Yeah. Yeah. So look,
and
hopefully.
there's no kind of, even if you kept it on Brock and didn't do Brock and Roman at WrestleMania, there's no real exciting matchup for Brock other than Lashley, but it's being done now.
Yeah.
There's no one else.
I'm trying to think as well. I'm like,
who hasn't Brock faced in the
you do
unless
Big
you do Edge.
Biggie, Edge, but I don't know if I want to see Edge and Brock.
I don't think Edge can take a suplex, or it's German.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Brock and AJ again. To be fair,
it's not a Mania match.
I think
not anymore because it's happened.
Right,
and especially the way they're do. You'd have to be starting to build AJ
now
2 months ago.
Yeah,
like to get that.
I wouldn't mind seeing Brock and Owens.
I thought you were going to say Brock and Omos.
I want to see that too, because I want to see Brock. I want to see Brock F5 him. What's it? Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Look, I'm also under. It's one of these things. You know, before that, like, we'd always be like, oh, I want fucking Rollins to win against Brock or whatever, and if Rollins doesn't win and if Brock wins, I'll be sad. I'm like, I want Lashley to win, but if Brock wins, I don't know if I'm going to be that sad.
Well, it's ponytail Brock.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? You can't be disappointed, really, like, do you know what I mean? But
whatever keehave that man on my television screen.
Currently doing what he's doing now.
Yes.
Yeah, then
I'm on board.
Then I'm on board, yeah. Who would have thought, like, 5 years ago, that we'd be like, the best things on WWE right now are Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Even not even 5 years ago. Think back to that Mania. Was it 3 or 4 years
Or even,
ago?
2018. 2018 was...
No, 2018 was Seth, wasn't it? Seth
2019, no?
Was it 2019? Whatever one they main evented and the crowd
30...
shit all over it.
4?
Maybe.
I think it was 34. 34 was the Marlins, I think, wasn't it?
Shit all over it.
Yeah.
And he threw the belt at Vince after that.
That doesn't even seem like the same person.
And now you think back, like, because nobody wanted to see Brock and Roman then, and now everyone wants to see Brock and Roman.
It's mad.
Now.
It's crazy. It's mad how fickle we are. Right, Daniel Bryan's right. But anyway, we'll move on from that.
We'll move on to the first of 2 Royal Rumble matches.
Royal Rumbles.
We will start with the women's.
Okay.
30 men. 30
men?
30 women.
What?
Over the top rope, both feet must touch the floor, all that.
Yeah, we know the rules.
I'm just channeling my...
WWE will explain it to us like we don't, but we do.
Oh, they'll explain it 15 times.
Yeah. you know, it's crazy actually, and it's mad because you know, like every year they do by the numbers, Royal Rumble by the numbers.
I always enjoy that.
I always enjoy it, and they haven't done it yet this year actually, which is so I presume they're going to do it the day of the show.
Pre-show, yeah.
But they actually sent out a poster today of like kind of a by the numbers thing, just a bunch of things. Only 2 people in history have competed in a Royal Rumble match twice in one night.
Okay, can I guess?
Yeah, guess. Because it's one you wouldn't think, like off the top of your head, you wouldn't guess.
Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Foley.
Yeah, but like that's it. Like when I saw Nia Jax, and I went, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, she did.
2019, she did the men's and the women's, and I was like,
"Oh
yeah." So yeah, there you have it. But the women's rumble, yeah. Do you want to talk about it? What do I talk about?
All right, we'll start with
how many people are announced so far? What does it say there?
No, it's Wikipedia.
It should say it.
Hold on.
Down the bottom.
Oh, entrance, yeah. 21 out of 30
21.
entrants. Do you want me to run through them?
Yeah, run through them.
Right, we have Rhea Ripley,
Mhm.
Nikki ASH, Dana Brooke,
Yeah.
Carmella,
Yeah.
Queen Zelina, Tamina, Shotzi, Natalia, Aaliyah, Naomi, Shayna Baszler, Charlotte Flair.
Shayna Baszler's still around. Yeah. Go
She's
on.
announced for it.
Charlotte Flair.
I didn't know these were announced, but Nikki Bella and Brie Bella, I didn't know.
Yeah, they were part of the when they announced Mickie James, they were on the poster as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Lita.
Yeah.
Michelle McCool. We know who's going to eliminate the most people in that.
The Diesel run.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Summer Rae.
WWE legend Summer Rae. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Like, it's just if you just go away for a while and come
I
back.
didn't know who it was.
Summer Rae.
So when I saw the picture of her, like, because there was no caption, I just saw the picture of her on Twitter. I was like, who is that? I thought it was some famous person that I wasn't aware of.
Oh, Summer Rae.
And then I was like, because she obviously doesn't have blonde hair now. And,
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh.
WWE
And then they were like, WWE legend Summer Rae. Okay, explain to me now, why is she a legend? Name me one Summer Rae match.
Oh, Jesus.
I think I actually can.
She had a feud with Layla.
She also, I remember there was it Dolph Ziggler and Lana versus Rusev and Summer Rae at a SummerSlam.
Yes.
I feel like that was a SummerSlam match.
Yes. It was also terrible.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But she was also Fandango's dancer for a while.
Yeah,
That's how she started off.
Yeah, she was,
Yeah, legend.
The legendary status there.
Yeah, you know,
You think of Trish Stratus, you think of...
No, that's when you know that the term legend is being overused.
Yeah.
You know?
Play it fast and loose with that term.
You'd refer to, I don't know, Randy Savage as a legend.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption.
Ricky Steamboat as a legend.
Also, I would call that fair.
You know, Summer Rae. You're talking Andre the Giant. You're talking, you know, anyone else. Ric Flair.
You're talking, you know, Hulk
Hogan.
The Rock.
Mr. Perfect.
Steve
Austin. Rock. Steve Austin.
Triple H.
Bret Hart. Shawn Michaels. Undertaker. Kane.
Summer
Rae.
Yeah. Anyway, who was after Summer Rae? WWE legend Summer Rae.
Hardcore Country Mickie James.
Is it listed as Hardcore Country Mickie?
No,
oh, right, okay. I was like, what? You give out Seth freaking
Hardcore Country Mickie James.
Okay, Mickie James. Yeah.
Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan.
Bianca Belair. Okay.
So
9 entrances.
9 left.
Mm-hmm.
Pick your 9.
Fucking hell. Pick my 9.
Alright, I'll go.
Alright.
9. Right.
We'll do one for one.
Okay. Melina.
Asuka.
Is she cleared?
I think so. I think she's cleared, yeah. Shut
Melina.
up.
Christ, this is
hard, isn't it? Because you're trying to think who's available. And you also, you know, there's the Forbidden Door thing, but I don't think they're going to do more than Mickie James. Who else, like?
Candice Michelle.
Yeah, fair enough. Trish Stratus.
I was just about to say, but there's a reason she's not in this, surely. She would have been announced.
Yeah, people think. But they love doing her as the bloody number 30.
Ronda?
Yeah, oh fuck yeah. Ronda.
Do you think?
She's my pick to win.
Oh yeah, so she has to be in a very...
And I forgot about her. She is my pick to win though.
You're going Ronda.
I think Ronda wins.
Lita.
I don't think Lita I think the fact that Charlotte's in the match means Lita doesn't have to win. I think Lita can eliminate Charlotte, and then Charlotte can...
But, like, Ronda doesn't need to win.
No,
Ronda comes back.
No, she doesn't.
It's
but,
her and Becky.
Yeah, but, like, then that just makes the Women's Rumble redundant then.
So, when I asked
because whoever's eliminating... Like, the fact that Charlotte's in this match, whoever's eliminating her is facing her.
Lita.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's going to come down to Charlotte and Lita.
I think it's going to come down to Ronda and Charlotte. And we're going to get that fucking Nakamura-Roman thing.
Then how does... You just said whoever eliminates Charlotte.
Oh, yeah, true, yeah.
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, you know what?
We're having Ronda and Charlotte at Mania.
Yeah, and you're going to like it. No, I mean, look.
Okay, we have to start looking at NXT. There has to be... Mandy Rhodes.
Mandy Rhodes could do it, yeah. Cora Jade, Raquel Gonzalez.
I could definitely see Raquel Gonzalez.
Raquel Gonzalez, I say.
Who else?
Io Shirai.
Possibly.
Katie Ray.
Kairi Sane.
I was thinking Kairi Sane as well.
Her deal's up soon, apparently.
With WWE?
Yeah.
She's still signed to WWE.
Yeah.
Doing that thing over in Japan, isn't it?
She had a commentator dealer.
In Japan?
Something, yeah.
Was it? I thought she was just like an emissary for Japan or something.
No, she was definitely on commentary for a while after she left.
Was she?
Yeah.
I can see Kairi Sane doing it. We definitely named 9 there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of other possibilities. Layla.
Yeah. Maybe a Layla Michelle McCool thing might be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just once they don't go near Mickey James, they don't need to.
Oh god! Unless they have Mickey James just throw the two of them out.
Just don't go near it.
Don't even remind us of that. Yeah. All right. Do you think Mickey James gets a decent run here?
I explained earlier. I think.
Oh yeah, but honestly, do you think she gets a good run? No.
It's WWE.
This is it. Like,
as much as we like or we want them to change.
Yeah.
It's WWE.
Sasha's out of names, is she?
She's injured.
She injured?
Yeah.
Like,
she tweeted recently that 29 women just got very lucky.
She's definitely not going to be it.
She's out, yeah. She got injured. She's out until after Mania, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. She turned 30 there. See that?
Bayley's
a shout. Because I think Bayley's fit now.
I think she's ready.
That would be cool. I wouldn't mind Bayley winning it.
Do Bayley and Becky at Mania?
Bayley and Becky, because I don't think they've done that.
No.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. She'd have to be the face, though.
I wouldn't mind her because I think Becky went the opposite direction. I think Bayley was going like a heel we were starting to like because she was so entertaining and funny. So I wouldn't be totally against that.
Yeah.
Turning her face but keeping the same character, just making it slightly less obnoxious.
Yeah.
Bayley's a shout though. I think Bayley could be there.
Well, yeah, that's it. So, I'm going Lita, you're going
Ronda.
Great. We'll move on to the men's.
The men's rumble.
The main event.
I'm pretty sure there's like 15 people so far announced.
22.
Is it 22?
22.
Go on.
Go through.
them.
There's the Street Profits, both Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford.
Mm-hmm.
The Mysterios, Ray and Dominic, that'll be an interesting one.
Do you see the thing on Raw?
I think Dominic's going to eliminate Ray.
For a second there, I genuinely thought you were going to say, I think Dominic's winning. I was like, Jack.
Oh, I think he's going to Mania.
Come on.
Dominic and Roman.
Because did you see the thing on Raw where like Ray eliminated him and it was like,
Yeah.
Go on.
Austin Theory.
Yeah.
You have to build it off Vince match. Sheamus.
Right.
Johnny Knoxville. What the fuck happens there?
He gets killed. He gets murdered by someone. I'm trying to think who though. Maybe a group of men. I don't know. Go on anyway. Johnny Knoxville.
Damien Priest.
Right.
AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Big E.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Corbin. Madcap Moss.
No! Why is there a spot wasted? That prick. But anyway, go on.
Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Omos.
Is Omos in it?
Yes.
Alright, well that's who Johnny. That's he kills Johnny Knoxville.
Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Riddle.
Yeah.
Chad Gable. Otis. Dolph Ziggler.
and Robert Roode.
And Robert Roode.
I saw they announced on Raw. So is Kofi in it and Xavier's not?
Kofi and Big E are in it, Xavier isn't.
Where's the love?
You could have definitely done Xavier, not Robert Roode, like.
Or Dolph Ziggler. Or fucking Omos for that matter. But I know obviously Omos is in there. He's going to get like, you know, that run of like eliminating.
Can Omos get over the top rope safely?
It's going to take... Do you know what?
And Madcap Moss does not.
This makes sense because on that poster that I was on about... Yeah, he doesn't. But on that poster that I was on about where they did the by the numbers, they had Viscera or Big Daddy V or whatever he was at the time, has the current record for the most wrestlers needed to eliminate one person. I think 8 people needed to eliminate him. So I think they're going to get like 10 doing Omos or something. So one for each finger.
There is 8 entrants.
8 entrants.
See, there's genuinely, because I could see Xavier being in it.
Yeah, so Xavier might be in it.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, he will be in it.
Cesaro. You know, like
that's 5 then though for just surprises and shit.
Yeah.
That very little. So that's just me.
No.
Yeah.
Not particularly. I think we'll get like a Tommaso Ciampa.
I think Ciampa's going to be in it. I think
Pete Dunne. Braun Breaker will be in it.
I think Pete Dunne's in it.
I don't think so. I think it'll be Braun Breaker.
I think Ciampa and Dunne have been been backstage though.
But Dunne's been written off NXT for the last 2 weeks.
He was back this week.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe.
Bad Bunny.
No.
Bad Bunny's going to be in this.
No.
Bad Bunny's going to be in this.
They would have announced it.
Nah.
Surprise
Bad Bunny.
No, they would have announced it.
They don't need to announce Bad Bunny.
They announced Johnny Knoxville.
I know, yeah, but that's because if Johnny Knoxville had come out unannounced, everyone would been like, huh?
Okay. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Is Cody Rhodes going to be in the Royal Rumble?
Nah, he's not. He's not in it. Do you think he's in it?
No. I like to dream.
Nah, it'd be cool if he was.
It would be cool.
If fucking, you know, if that came on, that would be fucking mad. But like,
it would be mayhem.
But he's not in it because.
Do you think anyone from AEW is in it?
No, apparently they're not involved at all. This is the thing, the Forbidden Door crack. Are we getting anyone in this, or is it literally just going to be Mickie James in that Women's Rumble because they're caught for women?
Well, they were working. There was the report after Mickie James was in this. They're working on more Forbidden Doors. I heard a rumor, and it was my idea. Oh, is
this the one that you're on about?
Yeah.
Go on.
I heard a rumor today that they're working on Kazuchika Okada to be in the Royal Rumble.
Nah, can't see it.
Do you not think?
Nah.
Imagine.
I don't know how. See, this is the thing. I don't know how well it's St. Louis, Missouri. How over Kazuchika Okada is gonna be.
But like it's Kazuchika Okada.
I know, I know, but like
probably the best wrestler on the planet.
And
it's the Royal Rumble. It's not as if
this is your idea as well. By the way, you were thinking.
I was thinking that Okada because you look at who WWE are most likely to build a relationship with. It's probably New Japan.
I don't know about that though, because they did. New Japan came out today and said they want to do a Tokyo Dome show with AEW. Yeah, but you're not gonna. No, I think it's gonna be. See, it's gonna be Joe. What Joe? If it's Moose, I'm gonna be disappointed. I love Moose, but like
I could see Cardona. I could see Matt Cardona.
Nah, I wouldn't be a fan of that now. I think that'd be a letdown. Because Cardona, look, fair play.
Let's get really mental about it. Let's get Nick Gage in the Royal Rumble. Let's get crazy, right?
Joe, who's a shout, and alright, if we're talking AEW, Jericho.
I think if anyone,
I think Jericho's more likely than Cody.
I think if anyone is going to do it, it's Jericho. If there's anyone from AEW that can do it, it's Jericho.
If Rollins is in the match, I'd love if Moxley was in it. I would love it.
If you're going to have Moxley in that show, he'd need to be involved in Roman.
This is it, like. I don't think Moxley will be in it. I don't think he'll be involved at all. I loved the theories, the pitches. I don't know if this was one of the Coldolic pitches, but if it wasn't, it should have been. That one of the spots is MJF, and then the next spot out is Punk, and Punk throws him out. Because like you do that storyline that MJF is over testing the waters, seeing,
I think I'd love if I could pick anyone to be in the Royal Rumble from AEW, it'd be MJF.
It'd be class. It would make sense.
It makes so much storyline sense.
Because he's going to be like, look over there. I felt like I could be,
Yeah.
Do you know? It's not going to be Cody. I mean, if it is Cody. If it's anyone.
I think Twitter would melt if it was Cody.
See, I'm also under...
He's not under contract.
If it's Kenny. I know Kenny's injured, but like...
But like, the thing was, Meltzer stated that no one under AEW contract will be at the Royal Rumble.
Meltzer
Cody
riddles.
is not under contract with...
Okay. If Cody's in it, do you have him come out as like down in the middle of the pack? Do you come first, last? Where does he come out? Second. Who's first? Who's sitting there going?
Goldust.
I'm just thinking Goldust.
Let me go down through the list.
Omos. Immediately thrown out. Cody single-handedly eliminates Omos.
Randy Orton.
Cody comes down. That'd be cool, yeah. Legacy get together.
Yeah. Riddle.
Randy.
Cody.
You do fucking. It's Randy and fucking Cody first, and third is Riddle going. God. Oh my god! Did you see next week on Raw what it is?
No.
Keep in mind now, this is off the back of the Royal Rumble. They announced RK Bro versus Alpha Academy in a scooter race. Because this week we had an Academy challenge.
Put that on pay-per-view. I would pay good money to see Randy Orton ride on a scooter.
The only way I want to see that is if Randy and Riddle get fucking blazed beforehand and then ride the scooters around the place. Okada. I think Okada's a stretch. I really can't see that.
I think it's more likely we see Okada than we do
Cody?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Oi. See, the thing as well, I also don't know what the whole travel thing with Japan is still at the moment, so I don't know, would that be a factor?
Yeah. Do you... Okay, let's realistically think about it. If there is a Forbidden Door entrant, who's the company they're most likely to work with?
Impact.
Who from Impact?
Moose, probably. He's the world champion, I would say. He's the world champion, like.
Fucking Moose.
I like Moose, but it is a bit of
No, it's Moose.
What's wrong with Moose?
It's Moose.
Nah, come on. Moose is... Everyone likes Moose. Moose. I'm trying... Who else is at Impact? Actually, I'm trying to think who's on Impact.
Well, Booker T's picking.
WRC.
Yeah, come on.
Big Cass. No, I mean, look, as far as rosters go, Impact wouldn't be... I'm just picking Impact because we know that they have had some correspondence with them. I'm trying to think. It wouldn't be a Forbidden Door, but I'm trying to think of ROH guys who could show up. Do you know what I mean? Because they're doing nothing anyway. Who would be an Impact PCO.
I want number 1 to be Braun Breaker and number 2 to be Triple H. They just brawl to the back.
How dare you!
Yeah. Kick my logo, I'll tell you.
Bye. When that happened, I was like, Fuck this show.
Poor Triple H, probably sitting home.
What? Like, what? Why? Why? That's like literally, imagine back in like 2003 and Brock Lesnar put down like the WWF logo and
That's what it should have done. Just booted it into the stand.
Like, and Steve Austin Rock going, hey, we paved the way for you. Do you know what I mean? That's bullshit. Like, I actually got so annoyed at that. I was like, shall you pick my chicken coop?
Yeah. Bring back my NXT.
Make me.
I want to see Braun Breaker and Triple H feud because I want Scott Steiner to come back.
Take a piss test. Make me.
Yeah. Take back your insults about my wife. Make me. You know, Scott, if you just apologise for calling Stephanie a whore,
you might be fine.
Yeah, we'd be okay.
People have come back from worse.
Yeah.
People have called Stephanie a whore on television and been fine. The Rock made a career out of it.
Jericho.
I don't know if Braun Breaker... Yeah, I'd like to see Breaker on it, to be fair. Just, you know... If Triple H was in it too, it'd be like, you.
It'd be brilliant.
No, I'd rather that happen in NXT and like...
I want Braun Breaker and Triple H at WrestleMania.
That'd be cool. And just have, like, I love Triple H wins and then just, like, tears down the NXT 2.0 set.
But imagine if you did, like, for the NXT title, and the only way Triple H can bring back NXT is if he becomes champion himself.
Yeah. Who would have thought we'd be cheering for Triple H to beat a younger, up-and-coming guy? Get him, Paul! Kill that young man!
That's how bad Vince has run this company, that we have to resort to Triple H beating a younger talent. It's...
Get him!
Get him, Paul! No.
Careful not to injure yourself, though, or have a heart attack. Apparently he's stable. Apparently he's...
He'd want to be.
No. Apparently he's like, you know, on, you know, the up and up.
I don't think he'll ever wrestle again, though.
It'd be too much of a risk, sure, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although,
you don't want Triple H keeling over on his entrance at WrestleMania.
Every time he has a bloody match anyway, he always comes out of it with some form of injury.
Yeah.
Just this time it could be fatal. But yeah, so... not Triple H won't be in this. Braun Breaker will, but... I don't know. I don't even know if Braun Breaker will be, but... He could be. Who wins? Who wins this match? Don't you say it.
Brock.
So Brock was one of those guys. So it's not we haven't announced. We went through at least 10 names there.
Yeah, but I didn't confirm all of them.
Well, obviously, we know bloody Okada's not going to be there.
I think Okada could.
He could, but same that's
there has to be one Forbidden Door. There has to be one.
Yeah, there probably will, but it's going to be. I guarantee it'll disappoint.
If it's Moose,
it'll be Moose.
It's not going to be Moose.
It'll be Moose.
It's not going.
It's not going to be Okada. It's going to be some middle ground.
Somewhere between Moose and Okada.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, adrenaline
in my soul. I'm trying to think of anyone.
See, I think if they were to do it, I think it'd have to be someone that was in WWE before, or else Kazuchika Okada.
Shut up.
Kota Ibushi.
Ibushi would be cool. He's injured though, or is he?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Ospreay.
He's never been to WWE.
So
he's
Ricochet has been the same thing.
Joe, actually, did you see the fake one that was going around? The fake Rumble order. Did you see that?
Yeah, you said an AJ wins it.
In it, AJ won. But that wasn't the most controversial part of it.
Oh, so.
The most controversial, like, all right. So Moose, they had Moose as an entrant, right? That's not what I'm basing this on. I feel like an Impact person is the most likely, and he's just the most likely Impact person, I would say. But
I think what's hilarious about that is that they think WWE is organised enough to have the rundown of the Rumble ready already.
but this is brilliant. And I think this is surely what cracked it as being fake. Was one of the entrants was Alberto Del Rio.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And like I was like, who made this? Who thought this was passable? And they had him being eliminated by Rey Mysterio or something.
I'll actually cancel my network subscription.
If it's Alberto Del Rio?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. I think, because
Sean
Ross Sapp came out.
One person we're not talking about here, Well, there's two people, if we go back to the women's, that we're not talking about.
Right.
But I'll stick with the men's first. Corey Graves.
Yeah, actually. I think cleared. He'll be one, I say. Yeah, no, he will.
And for the women's...
Who does he get into it then, though? Because, like, I feel like it should be, like, Michael Cole or something. Or Byron Saxton. Corey and Byron should have two spots just so Corey can fuck up Byron Saxton. Listen to my commentary. Make me! And the women's?
Paige.
Yeah? Has she been cleared, though? She hasn't been officially cleared, but she's working on it, though.
No, she said she is. She said she's going to wrestle again.
Yeah, but it was that like that Daniel Bryan way of saying it. Like, do you remember when he was like, I'm being clear by everyone else, bar WWE, so I'm gonna wrestle.
Yeah, but you know,
Paige would be cool.
I think with Paige they might have announced it.
Paige would be cool. No, you have to have some surprises. Like, come on.
I think Corey Graves would be the surprise. I think
he'll be a surprise.
But like, does he get off the commentary desk and go in?
I think they might have it that they have. Like, whoever the colour commentator will be the SmackDown guy. It'll be Pat McAfee. It'll be McAfee. SmackDown! It'll be McAfee, Jimmy Smith, and fucking Michael Cole or something, or whatever. But,
it'll be McAfee, not Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan at home.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's like Vince asked to get Joe Rogan, and I like to believe that
we can't get him.
Getting Rogan couldn't.
He thinks the
didn't tell Vince, and he thinks that's Rogan.
he thinks WWE is fake. What? Get me Joe Rogan. We can. Or get me his non-union Bellator equivalent. But yeah, no, it's yeah. I think Brock's.
Who do you have winning it?
See, this is it. I can't figure it out. I can't pick a guy that I'm confidently going to win. My pick was Big E. No. And then I was like, it'll be Big E and Lashley. And then I'm like, pfft. See, I don't have I can't confidently pick one person to win this. This Rumble is actually very unpredictable.
Yeah.
More so than the women's, I think.
You know what we need to get rid of for the Royal Rumble? We need to get rid of having both members of tag teams in the Rumble.
Yeah.
You're just wasting spots. Like, Montez Ford and Andrew Dawkins aren't going to win the Rumble.
Andrew Dawkins definitely won't win the Rumble. Some people won't win the Rumble more than others.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind Ray and Dominic.
I think Johnny Knoxville has a better chance of winning the Rumble than Andrew Dawkins,
yeah.
to be honest.
I think, like, I don't mind Ray and Dominic, because I think you could set up an intriguing Mania match there.
Yeah.
Like, Montez Ford and Andrew Dawkins aren't breaking up. They're not going to, one's not going to eliminate the other and be, like, turn heel and go serious, whatever. Like, they're both going to get dumped out by Omos. And don't tell me that they're not.
I'll tell you who's going to be eliminated by Omos right now.
Yeah.
So, Ziggler and Rude are both
100%, yeah, absolutely.
Madcap Moss
is
getting eliminated by Omos.
Both Street Profits.
Both Street Profits and both Rey and Dominic Mysterio are getting eliminated by Omos.
That brings him to 7.
7. I don't think he's going to break Reigns' record.
It's not Reigns anymore.
Who is it?
Lesnar. Lesnar's 13.
Is he?
Yeah, from 20... Do you remember the one where he just stood there in the ring for...
Oh, yeah.
And he just lobbed everyone?
13?
It was 13, yeah. And what's hilarious is that... And I don't count this because, like, the Strowman got 13 in the greatest Royal Rumble, but I don't count that. But they do, and they have both of them tied as, like, most eliminations. But I was like, Lesnar nearly eliminated.
Zayn is getting eliminated by Omos.
I think Zayn's getting eliminated by Johnny Knoxville. They're kind of having having a thing. He tased him with a cattle prod, so...
I want to see Zayn get eliminated by Brock.
I want to see Knoxville get eliminated by Brock. I want to see Knoxville fight Brock just to get killed. Because like, he'd say it to Brock. Just do it. Just flip me.
Why is Johnny Knoxville in this?
This is the thing, because I was like, oh, it's for the movie. But the movie's out. The movie's done.
Yeah.
So I get maybe the sequel? I don't know. Why do WWE have to do these promotional things with movies? Because now during like the build up to the Rumble, we're gonna see Jackass Forever pasted over everything.
Yeah.
And then during the pre-Rumble fucking like the Survivor Series thing, it's gonna be just clips of fucking.
You know who I could genuinely see in this Rumble if we're talking movies?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
David Arquette.
Scream
is out.
Yeah. Because maybe. I don't know though.
Scream is out.
Scream is out, but like, are you really gonna wait? Like, I know I said Bad Bunny, but like, are you really gonna waste? I don't think you're ever gonna do 2 celebrity spots. Like, realistically.
Madcap Moss is in this.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. He has a spot. You're not enough spots have been wasted.
But yeah.
Would you honestly be?
David Arquette is a professional wrestler, sir.
If David Arquette,
how dare you?
If David Arquette is in this match and Xavier Woods isn't, is there not going to be a tiny bit of you that go, come on?
Yeah, but I know Johnny Knoxville is in this match, so you already.
I know, but you can sacrifice one spot to a celebrity. You can sacrifice one, and it's not like, don't say that celebrity spots in Rumble matches happen that often, because they actually don't.
No, I'm not saying they do.
So
I'm saying more WrestleMania than they do.
Yeah, they do. But like, but like, they're definitely not giving away. I know David Arquette is a wrestler, but like,
he is. He's a professional wrestler. He was. Was he in PWI's top 500 at one point?
I have no idea. I saw a thing there today. Speaking of David Arquette, I saw a thing today. It's totally related to wrestling.
He almost died in the ring, sir.
he can have a Rumble match.
Yeah.
But no, I saw a thing today that he's actually a qualified Bob Ross artist. So he's qualified to paint and teach exactly how Bob Ross used to paint and teach. So during Scream, between takes, he would teach the cast and crew how to paint like Bob Ross, which is just the weirdest thing ever. Because you imagine David Arquette going, so now we put some trees up here. And he's going to have some trees.
With that hole in his neck that Nick Gage gave him.
So here you have Mr. Gage stabbing me in the neck.
But like when you think about that match, right? Why was David Arquette in the ring with Nick Gage?
It was definitely like David Arquette was like, I see it as a challenge and I want to take on, the toughest you have. And Nick Gage was like, sure. I haven't murdered anyone in a while. I haven't committed a felony in a while.
But yeah, it's
David Arquette won't be there. I think Bad Bunny's more likely than David Arquette.
They would announce Bad Bunny.
Would they?
Yeah.
They would announce David Arquette.
50 million followers.
Yeah, he's the highest selling.
But I don't think they're going to bring David Arquette in for the notoriety because it's David Arquette. Like if he can't draw 100 people to a GCW show, he's not going to draw for WWE.
So why bring him in then?
Because it's a funny, nostalgic.
It's not.
It is.
Former WCW World Champion David Arquette.
He is a former WCW World Champion.
Sir.
Yes.
How many?
Along with the great WCW World Champions.
Vince Russo.
Like Vince Russo, and who else on it?
Scott Steiner.
Oh, well, he was a good champion.
I can't remember.
Eric Bischoff.
Did he win it?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think he did. Point is.
Yeah.
I know David Arquette and Vince Russo were the low point of that belt. They were the lowest of the low at that point.
Well, obviously, yeah. Vince Russo was the...
Oh, yeah. Like, I think there was reigns, like, I think like a few, like Jeff Jarrett's won it a few
times. Two things that saved David Arquette, I think, is that, number one, it was revealed years later that he begged not to put the title on him.
Yeah.
And they did. Still. So it wasn't his fault. And two, he gave all the money he made for wrestling to Brian Pillman's wife, or Brian Pillman, or else it was, I think it was both Brian Pillman and Owen Hart's families.
Right. Yeah, he seems like a nice guy, like.
He kind of redeemed himself. Vince Russo's an asshole.
Vince Russo was like, I'll give myself the belt.
Yeah.
People will hate that, but it'll be good. No, so I actually don't know who's winning the Rumble. Well, is it bad if I reveal who the favourite is on the bookies?
Yes.
That's bad.
Yeah, because that's more of a spoiler.
It probably would. What I would say from past experiences, don't check the odds.
Right before.
The day before.
Randy Orton taught me that.
Yeah, Randy Orton taught me that as well.
Angelo Dawkins is winning the Royal Rumble.
Is he?
Yeah, just said it here. No. No, I think Brock. I don't think there's anyone on this list so far who's going to win the Royal Rumble, unless you give it to Kevin Owens.
I don't think Kevin Owens is in a position right now.
He just signed a new contract though.
No, I know that, but like I'm just saying,
or else you could,
from a character standpoint,
you could go Seth.
I could see Seth coming in and winning it, alright, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Is it in a baseball stadium again, or is it in a normal stadium?
I have no idea.
Check. I know it's in St. Louis, but like I'm not sure if it's a baseball stadium or not.
It is in the Dome at America's Center.
That feels like a baseball stadium. Something called the Dome.
It's a multi-purpose stadium used for concerts, major events, and sporting events in Tennessee. It was construction originally.
It doesn't say it's the home field for.
It is the home field for the Cardinals. No.
Arizona.
No. It was constructed originally for the St. Louis Rams, which are now the Los Angeles Rams. So
it's a football stadium.
Yes.
The Dome, the Mega Dome.
To the Mega Dome. Busting.
Dome Depot. I just think of Simpsons.
Yeah, there's no, by the looks of things, it doesn't.
Because I'm just thinking of like those weird entrances that we were getting in 2019 and 2021. Wasn't it? 2020.
No, 2 years in a row. It was 2020 and 2020.
I thought
2019 and 2020.
Was it?
Yeah, because
I know 2019 was Phoenix.
No, 2019 was the one Becky won. That was the weird entrance. Wasn't it?
No. The first 2019 was the first. That was Seth and. It was Becky, yeah.
Yeah. That was the weird entrance.
Yeah, that was, yeah. But then
2020 Edge.
Yeah,
was a weird entrance.
You're right, yeah. Was that. That was the one with Brock in the middle, limiting everyone, wasn't it? Because he, like.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the
same
Drew
Rumble.
one. Yeah. That was the one Drew won.
Yeah. Because 2021 then was in the Thunderdome, wasn't it? Because
It was the 2021, right? Oh, back. Yeah, it wasn't the Thunderdome.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it was because Christian came back and it was in the Thunderdome.
Yeah. Because I'm. Yeah.
Okay, I think it's time to call it a day on this one.
Yeah. So anyway, Royal Rumble on Saturday.
Big.
It's great for the likes of you, because you're not working on the Sunday, but I'm in bright and early 9 o'clock Sunday morning.
Lovely.
Love that.
Saturday pay-per-views are the way to go forward, though.
Yeah, they are. I mean, like
WrestleMania is 2 nights, so we'll get the Saturday and we'll get the Sunday.
Yeah. So do you think both Rumble winners are going to be main eventing WrestleMania, or do you think it's going to be one of those cases where like
depends who wins it?
Yeah.
If whoever wins it goes to Roman. if whoever wins it goes to Roman.
Yeah,
then I think that's the main event.
Because I don't think the pattern. Like I feel like the pattern's been like, one person will main. Well, I know what happened last year. Oh, it happened last year. Bianca main evented and Edge main evented.
Oh yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So there you go. So yeah, we'll see. I'm looking forward to it though, because like I said, it's unpredictable. The undercard is really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, like the whole Forbidden Door thing has made this a very intriguing Royal Rumble. So we'll wait and see. We'll be back in about a month, less actually, for Elimination Chamber, live from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
WrestleMania Elimination Chamber.
It's not.
I know it is.
It's not. It should. It was going to be.
Yeah.
That was another thing I got wrong.
Apparently it was supposed to be though.
Yeah.
I think he actually got it wrong. I think they just nixed it at the end. But apparently it was. You know why they were going to do it?
Why?
Because they were going to market and advertise in Saudi Arabia that this was WrestleMania.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's not bloody North Korea. Like they have, they have access to the internet. Like, do you know what I mean?
They asked for Yokozuna in the Royal Rumble.
Well, that's the Crown Prince. I'm pretty sure the regular.
But I think they were going to market to the Crown Prince that this is WrestleMania. They were bringing WrestleMania to.
Can you imagine? Oh god, I don't even want to think about that. But
a Saudi Arabia WrestleMania, I think it's possible.
I think it's possible
at some point. I think.
What was the one that it was as good or better than WrestleMania? Well, remember they did a show.
I know.
It was Crown Jewel or something, or
it was one of them,
Super Showdown. I think it was Super Showdown. The one
I think good, if not better.
Was that the one? I think it was the one with Taker and Goldberg. I think they marketed it as good or better, which is even the wording as good or better potentially. So yeah, that's the Royal Rumble 2022. We'll wait and see who wins, and yeah, the road to WrestleMania starts now. Well, not Saturday, but you get the idea.
You know, my girlfriend's with me long enough now that she knows how the Royal Rumble works.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I was like, the Royal Rumble Saturday, and she was like, again? It felt like it just happened. I was like, no. It's yearly.
Like, yearly event.
She was like, is that the one whoever wins it goes to WrestleMania? And I was like, you're damn right.
Well, you'll close it. But yeah, no, so yeah, no, that's sad. Or yeah, it just goes to show you just get her a long time.
Yeah. So yeah, the Royal Rumble.
Where that man there is winning the Royal Rumble match.
40-year-olds.
Yeah. Nah. Adrenaline.
No, if it's going to be anyone, it's Jericho. I think. It's my final pick. If we're going to get a Forbidden Door, it's going to be Nick Gage. It's going to be Jericho. Or Moose.
MJF.
They say I'm a dreamer.
Not the only one. So yeah, that's it. And we'll leave it there. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll talk to you next month. Yeah.
Come back for
Elimination Chamber. And enjoy the Rumble, guys. Take care.